Hey y'all, it's your Gender Bender Prophet coming at you in a new format. I'm going to see if this is easier to upload on the channel. And I know that you might miss seeing my pretty face. But I got to do what's a little easier for me. You know what I'm saying? All right. I thought I would share with you my story. And through my story, help explain to you what ascension symptoms can also really feel like. I want to, Michael and I actually, I'm going to be working with Archangel Michael a lot. I'll be channeling him almost always. We have a contract that I'm just beginning to get good with. So, we want to start by mentioning that we are all multidimensional beings. So when you hear, our body is connected to the 3D. That's the slow accumulation of vibration that happens from within, the first dimension, the second dimension, and is third chakra, heart chakra activations. Here we go. Right? From within, your body will feel it, it will be expressed, and then it extends into the ether, the 4D, the 5D, the 6D, the 7D, the 8D, the 9D, the 10D, 11D, and beyond. So, when the Legion says, listen to your body, it is so very real. Okay? Listen to when you need rest. Listen to when you need a sleep. Listen to when you need a bath or when you don't. All right? Especially if you are thinking of conserving water and contributing to global efforts. Do not mistake what your example sends out, leads into the ripple effect. Listen to the 1D, listen to the 2D, listen to those emotions. When you do, you will create circumstances for yourself, for your 3D to experience. Now, this is difficult to do when you are coming from a harmed state. When you were actively taught not to listen to your 1D and your 2D. Now, okay, so Michael speaks. The first dimension is the quietest of all. It is the singular unity, all right? That the darkness lives within us as well as the light. The light is our expression. The dark is our inspirations. Your 1D and your 2D will not lie. Your 3D will express. Your 1D is that singular where all things are birthed. That dark void, the dark goddess. That which your root chakra touches, And if you're not picking up what I'm throwing down, it's that which your inner knowings get their inner knowings from. Nothing is everything in its absence. It's so weird, but it's so cool. So Michael gets back in control of the reins of this conversation. I kind of veered off a little bit. The 2D, your 2D is your thought realm. Your 2D is how you process this molecular pulse of inspiration from the dark void in which all things are birthed. And you do have some say over how and what you think. You don't have all the say, because that would deny spirit living within you. But you do have the say on how you see what is spoken to you, how you hear what is said. You can panic, you can run, or you can stand your ground, breathe away your fear, and face the winds. Michael continues to speak. Wait for the right moment, for the right opportunity, and when it comes, veer right. Take your own direction. Don't deny your inklings. Be a leader in your own right. Do not suckle any teat. I am here, shielding you, protecting you. End. So yeah, Michael distanced himself. And I'm sitting above the city and looking beyond, and I have been contemplating the wilderness, friends. I've been going up to the mountains. That place that someone left flowers for Jesus right when I was coming out to all of you. I've been going back to that spot. Thank you to all who support, by the way. I am trusting and transmuting all absence, all struggle. It's getting easier to do, though. Because right now I'm down to my last $5. Or 15, sorry. With $15. I only put 10 in the tank. Not 20. And, I went to that spot again, and it's a collection of believers on Tahunga. There's, I don't want to assume, but they're Spanish speakers, and I believe they are of Mexican descent. And they come and they chant in those mountains. And as I was contemplating my journey and figuring out, settling into who I am, I take the trail that was at that spot for the first time. I've been to that spot a few times and over again, and I always look at the mountains, and one day there was a family who got out of their car and took the trail, and that's how I learned about it. Now, Archangel Michael to me also, words, Archangel Michael also speaks with me in Spanish. My echoed experience has some basic Spanish fluency, affinity in it, and I don't want to get fluent. There's always translators, but I love to communicate, but that's the thing, my communication, I aim for it to be universal. Less word-based. Anyway, so I'm taking this trail for the first time with Angel, and as soon as I step out of the car, after a meditation, after really accepting and dreaming of the possibilities that can happen in this world, despite all of the reasons for us to doubt, you know? Believe with me in the possible future. I step out of the car, and it was as if they were watching me. I don't know. That's what synchronicity is. Synchronicity is nearly impossible, especially with everything that's been connecting in your brain. It's like, no, what? As soon as I step out of the car, trumpets, literally the sound of like reverberated horn in the air in these mountains echoing. It felt like royalty. I stepped out of my vehicle with my buddy, and it was immediate, and these trumpets. I even took a video of it. Caught the very last ending. I'm not terribly sure how much of my experience I want to try to capture. I just want to experience it, you know what I mean? Delightfully, superfluously human. Oh. Anyway. I'm beginning this trail, and these horn blazers are descending. And the first horn I pass is ginormous and pure. It is gray. It is luminescent. It's polished. It's large. It is spiraled. It is reverberant. And I talk to these men and say, oh, thank you for the sound bath. It's ancient. And I say, gracias. And they're like, oh, de nada. And had I taken some time, I got the phone out to take a picture of the next one because I wanted to take a picture of the first one. And I suppose no. So I'm thinking, and actually, like, oh, there's another chance for me to take a photo. How cool. Because there were 2 horns. And I take my phone out to take a picture of a flower or something. Just in time. 1, 2, 3 bicycles on the back of a truck. Just in time. Let that be a message for you. Whatever way, shape, or form. I was like, oh, just in time. In my head. And I did not think, and I just heard from Michael, nor was it my responsibility. I could have put effort to remembering the words enough to say, like, may I take a photo of the instrument. I could remember that much from high school, but no need, because there was a translator. I didn't know there would be a need. The one did not speak English, and, you know, I'm an expression of the spectrum, and it's beautiful. And there was a translator who actually gave me a staff. Because Angel was like saying hello to them and was very curious about the... Oh, and that's another thing about the synchronicity. Because Angel was freaked out about the trumpets that started as soon as I stepped outside the car. So I had to make her sit and make her be patient. And boy, did she not like that. Ooh, she threw a fit. Ooh, she screamed at me. And I'm like, patient. You can't make me move. No, I am the mountain. You know. And when I saw the first horn, they did it again, and Angel barked. And so by the 3rd time our approach of a horn came around, she was a little desensitized. But this man was carrying staffs, and she was saying hello with her gentle leader on, and which makes her kind of like a little more affectionate with people. And this man had staff, and they were like, oh, you want the stick, you want the stick. The man gave me a staff. I don't know if it was for the dog or for me, but he just gave it to me. And I said, is this a gift? And they said, oh, yes. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. The sound bath, the picture, a staff. Thank you for a holy trinity of gifts. But those weren't even the real gift. The real gift was, as they continued to descend and I began to ascend with Angel into these beautiful mountains. It was the most beautiful spot. I chose a spot to pause and rest with the staff held against my chest, and I'm loving it, and it's beautiful, and I'm seeing this view that I'd never seen in the mountains before, but oh my god, it is so breathtaking. There's this one spot that's like a field and untouched, and yet it calls to me, and I'm like, oh, if I were in the wild, I might set up camp there. It was so beautiful. It looks hospitable, you know. And they continue their sound bath. They go across the street and into the spot where I found the vase of flowers. And they do their sound bath. And then I wait a beat or two for the reverberance to decease. And desist, I should say. Decease is dead. To desist. And I yodel. I have really great projection. I could talk to I could perform opera or speak to a large crowd quite easily. In fact, I've done so. Many parties, many protests. You know, we all have our rebellious stages. Oh yeah, I'm a natural air horn, baby. And I yodeled, and they appreciated it, you know? And it actually, no. So they horned again against the mountains. And then Michael told me not to participate too soon. They said, wait for the breath, wait for the breath. So I waited. And I'm glad I did, because one of the men who did not have the horns whistled. And I have so many whistles. But I listened for which one I should give, which one should be my signature, you know. And I gave it. And the ravens were dancing. And these men spoke this language. You know, that universal language. Ancient. I hope they respect their women. Anyway. After that, we all took a breath. And then Michael guided me to chant 3 ohms. Loud. Proud. I did. And the ravens gathered close, and so did the men. And I was on top of this mountain, and I was looking down below to these people who I was recognized by and felt comfortable with and worked well with and had help with. And it was beautiful. And I felt like the Good Shepherd, you know? I felt contributory. I felt paternal. I felt honored. Like, when I do this stuff, especially with people, there is no ego. It goes down below into the earth. It surpasses the ego down below, all the way around, you know? It's the sphere of the aura. It's the edge. It's the rims. It's the ether of experience. And when these things happen, trusting and shedding is essential, friends. Let that be. Michael speaks. Shedding is essential. You can't see in the 3D what you won't allow in the 2D. And if you have so many blocks in the 2D, so come sickness, ailments, like pain, manifestations. So healing on a deep spiritual level, friends, is all about allowance for a shift, a release. And it doesn't have to be the way that you think. It's not completely letting go. It's resituating. You are building as you release. It is all simultaneous. I am me in this avatar. Yet I am breaking away blocks in my sacral around my amethyst crystal that ties me to Atlantis, home, second sisterhood. I am learning how to use this piece of technology in my aura, in my energy field. I am learning how to love everyone. Confession. From your human prophet ascending. Most of my life, ever since I was 6, I began to hate humanity. I began to resent them for the harm they cause, not only each other, not only myself, but to this earth and the world as far as collective consciousness goes. There is so much pain. There is so much that could be avoided with a little bit of forethought and an attitude of gratitude. Michael speaks. Make way, make room, be aware. The time is coming for fresh air. Speak not what thou wilt not deliver. Speak only what you wish to be true. Exit. That was beautiful. Thank you, Michael. He said, thank you, Jesse. That's my name this time. And it's beautiful because it's what I had chosen for myself before I committed to being the reincarnation of Christ, to being an incarnation of a Christ prophet, of a prophet into the collective consciousness. I'm not him. Yet I was, yet I always will be, but each avatar is different, you know? It's what I chose for myself before I committed to either one. It was what I tickled for myself in a time of daydream. Because Jesse's close to Chelsea. It also was a character in one of my favorite childhood movies, Free Willy. And it's close to, /short for, /reminiscent of Jesus. You know, Jesse, Jesus, Jes. This Mercury retrograde will settle things into place for me. I know this. Being emerged, this commitment. I still feel pangs of fear. And only I can breathe Michael's energy in and let it heal me. Only I can be brave enough to release my own fear. None but ourselves can free our minds. Ooh. What did he say about prophets in that song? Tell me Bob wasn't a prophet in his own right. Rastaman. Ganja man. Medicine man. When I was struggling with sobriety, still do no longer, I channeled Michael for myself in a video. And it was just like, you can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. You're protected. There are bumpers. And still, on a 2D level, I fight this truth. You know? So I am with you on this ascension. I understand what it is to fear the lack of matrix value, fear lack and loss. But friends, I tell you, there is no such thing. My resentment, my hatred for humanity. It's all right. Cyclist pulled up. It's a wonderful view. First of all, it's shown through my dog, right? My residual. It's all right. My mistrust in them. It was only because I feared the future. I fear how big I might become, friends who have listened to this for this long. Have listened to my confessions and my channelings. The future is so big. And I will not let you down. I will love myself until I am healed. And through learning how to love humanity, despite every reason it's given me not to love humanity, has taught me how to love myself. Yes, I connect with animals more so, but only because I yearn to be a part of the natural cycle again. Only because This avatar at this point in time is at a frequency where it wishes to repel those who do not speak the language. I've been raised in that area, you know, and speaking to deaf ears and not being heard. Spirit hears me, the All-Mother hears me, Michael hears me, I hear me. And I know that the people feel me. And I've been healing my own self-image so that I may see myself through the world kindly. We all have that shadow self, friends. And it all may have been poked at and aggravated and starved into an agitated state. But we do not have to fear the unknown. For if we are hungry enough in our shadows and are gentle enough in our ways, our instincts can pull us toward feast and lead us out of famine. And channeling and confession. Thank you. I love you. I'll be here.